Joined by head coach Bryan Fetzer. Coach, the team starts off the indoor season this weekend at the Virginia Tech Invitational. What are your expectations going into a first meet of the season?
Well, it's not really necessarily going into a first meet of season expectations. Our expectations are the same all the way across the board from a standpoint of we're trying to take a good program or a good team and become a great team, great program. And it's going out and competing and getting those competitive juices flowing again. For the cross country and distance runners, I mean, for the most part, they're not opening up this weekend. They're going to wait till Kentucky. But this is an opportunity for our sprinters, jumpers, throwers to get their feet wet and to get out there and compete. And the expectation is every time they step on the track or on the runway or in the ring, that it's a maximal effort and they're trying to learn. They're trying to progress to get better. And part of that progression to the end of the season when it's championship time.
You have a very young team and going to have a lot of first years making their collegiate debut this weekend. How do you get them in a good place, both mentally and physically, to be able to perform in that first collegiate meet?
Well, one of the things that our team told me last year, as we talked about being young all the time, is we're taking the pacifiers out of their mouths, and we're not going to really talk about being young too much. The expectations are the same for our first years as they are for our fifth years. That they've got to come out and perform, and there's no training wheels. There's no being babies. We're going from infant formula straight into meat as opposed to kind of babying them along. We want them to perform, and we are young in years. But the one thing that I think has been very impressive throughout our off season is how some of our second years have really responded and taken responsibility and really dramatically improved in their training. Whether that be from our distance side of things or our jump side of things or multis or throws or whatever. I mean, we're really excited about the future as well as the present.
This is the first of two regular season meets you're going to run at Virginia Tech in the next few weeks. How are those events going to help you prepare for getting used to that facility for the ACC Indoor Championships that will be at Virginia Tech at the end of February?
It's a huge positive for us to have the opportunity to go there, to sleep in the beds, the hotels that we're going to be in, to eat the same food that we're going to be at, so they can get kind of acclimated to how you warm up. Indoor track and field is a little different than most sports because every indoor facility is a little different. The warm-up venues, everything's a little bit different than a normal. If you're playing basketball, you still have a rim, you still have a court. Your warm-up process is the same. Well, indoor is a little different because of facility constraints. So getting a chance to go to Virginia Tech and do that is definitely a helpful chance. It's close. It's not too far. It's down the road. There's always great competition there at all the meets that we're going to be at, and it's fun to go against one of your in-state rivals. So we're really excited about that opportunity, and we try to go to Virginia Tech. It's a good facility as much as possible, to compete against teams that they're at a high level.